haka imlang sa alang Baruah ka jing Pule ka long ka ba Donkam Henry ka jing don ki sap ki pong ka ba blay ula ai ha way po way brio klam ka no ka jing Kyrwoh ka long ka jing ka khu ka ba kraw Henry klam da yo ka lat ka Lynti ban pen ie ka ta ka sap ka ba ki don ka long ka ka ba long let no ai Habay day bat kani hakasian ka baning kong ka Design Innovative Center nehu ka bari ka way nag Islam ka balum balang yaki Khynnah ki badon yaki sap ba pair bakin yo ya ka lat ban pan I kita ki sap ha ki rensan ha ringkat ka jing tre lang bat terbit ha ka khat khandai tari uno pra arja arpulai kala penlong ya ka program ai jing hikai ka balai sngi ka balai ai kerteng Beyond Earth Ya kane ka program la penlong kerpang ban pentibet ya ki samla ha ka liang ban penwandur ya ki tiar habaya day bat ki start sayan how nolor ki we Lawan manusia mentalang dagi samla ki bana du khat chaus nam hadu arpun reus nam karta ki badai na Jylla pat ki bana Jylla asam kumju haba yo bane kran bot meritan je Baruah research associate jong ISRO ulong bagi samla ka Jylla ki don ya kasap hendrai kim biang pat ki tiar bat ka Jinglam Lynti da ka jing penlong ka ni ka program kan yarap ya ki ban lap ya ka ka bagi duna
Stabilize it on the ground, or you can make a donut around it. Make something simple that you can, that you'll be able to make. Making it cylindrical, okay. Select one form or one component of this whole thing that you want to take. A small, simple form. Look at those things also. Let's okay. So this is number 1. What else? This one, okay. Number 2. What else? Tell me. This one. Number 3. Number 4. What else? Anything else? Which one do you want to let's say make? Or maybe if you can combine one thing with another, tell me. So whatever we don't know, let's not make it. Alright. Select a very simple one. I came here as a resource person. This year I've been doing a lot of projects on space architecture and then spacecraft design in general. So that's why from the experiences which I've gained this year, I wanted to share those with the young minds of Northeast in general, because this is a topic which is not much explored in schools and at a younger age. And so we are looking at creating a collective community of people who are thinking of designing things for space, because India is currently growing into a space leader with the recent projects like Chandrayaan and Mangalyaan, Shukrayaan, which is in line. So and Gaganyaan, which is a forthcoming project. So we are looking at creating a young pool of talent who will be responsible for taking this space initiative forward and then being of service to the country. The students in Meghalaya, they are very enthusiastic, but I saw that they were very creative from the very start, but they needed some trigger to let that creativity out. Because often in schools what happens is that students are sort of given a set of guidelines that they need to follow to come up with something. So here we tried opening them up about about using ChatGPT and then internet in ways that that could save a lot of their time, and then so that they could utilize their time more efficiently. Because oftentimes what we see is that students especially are usually not encouraged or are usually discouraged from using tools like Google, ChatGPT during their assignments and all these things. But I see that as a positive way, and then if those things can help them design better things, then that's a great thing to do.
Nakaliang Professor DSM Director ke DIC ulaong ke jing hikai ke bagi Khynnah ki yo na kani ke program kalong ke compare ha ke bagi Khynnah ki yo ban pen I bat ban le ya ke bagi don ha ke jing mot ke jongki.
Basically, number 1, kalong to promote a culture of innovation and creative problem solving. Creative problem solving. Kung naman solve the issues diba any particular place or society face. No? So innovation. The way they promote knowledge sharing, what means share the knowledge, then you are going to ya Baruah kita akan kena jujur. Khamtam hati sharing hama haprengki akademia, but industries. Because ni Shamba Bonsini, they work in silos. Ijong. They can make a smooth and Sarkar Kalamba. We should encourage collaboration when we train between academia and industry, okay, as well as government and research laboratories. Meghalaya Khamtam Lena Egalam in Sadian. The Jinglam Mail will create this infrastructure. But let's say we will introduce a certificate, skill-based course, Khynnah join, short-term skill-based course, join, and they will learn new technologies, new skills. But now we have gainful employment. Mentang nuksama 3D printer is household name kuasna suki kuasna prototype anything kuasna ka ying everything is done using a 3D printer. Na try pinsa shom go again. Kemudian di various ranges of 3D printer di belakang ni ada create prototype. Kidan kat tu kat ni ki let's say di tukang ni di belakang sang private entities di belakang sang ni 3D dan gitu di barat. Hangi kidan lambat ke laser cutter. It's a first time we prolong in the workshop, and it's a kind of a pilot experiment. We are going to reach out first yaki Khynnah school, class 12 and below. Yaki adjoining school for Shillong. It's because the capacity you need with limited facility in the maximum arpong. Te ni dang penhiar susu ni kan menin ki join the kasan ni na student. Ki wan na school St. Anthony's, St. Mary's, di St. Edmunds, ki Baruah, ki di sekolah, Baruah tu. Tu kata di first bar ni melaban ya. Khalang je report tu iwan kami kerja mister indak kerja adian arbj pat ni khat saka second batch kita bentuk Baruah nasa ki schools na po Mongoldoy na Guwahati as far as Itanagar iwan de karkom perikah ini nakalyang DIC ang ki partner juga third bentuk ya Chancellor Chaudhary dari Shillong State. These are my partner. So we are partnering together when organizing the workshop. Then you could invite a young boy the research associate of ISRO, Lynti Baruah, in Jorhat. Their approach to hands-on skilling, teaching, learning process is along different. Traditional, conventional way of teaching. Hangne ka emphasis kalang ban hands-on. Build, create, ideate, innovate. The naga creative thinking to actually drawing, designing, and then prototyping. Okay, then I introduce virtual reality. I need to type that. The resource person from my partnering group. They're young group and they're very creative. Mani kamram joni kumbu bela kam yawi kalamba. We have to give way to these young generation who are creative and innovative. Bangaman omne this era is called the Web3 economy, a creator's economy. The economies are being managed by people who are creators of digital content. Ini team yang related bakadai part and partner dengan ISRO. We want the kids ini can expose beyond Earth, space. So that's where the imagination can fly high. Let them explore the idea how space is going to be. So we allow the kids to enjoy and come up with different ways to address issues like gravity, materials, space, all those things related to space. Financial support bagi yo napo Delhi kadai up to 2026. Mga mutang adon arsenal bangan kut no next year because nga masuk next year. Ini wakataru nako aban leverage the little bit of time and money that we have and promote. Ajin nungkang sabi nga try we have to build capacity in high exposure kakamram dengan adis mga imta ko assessment kan kadai ban expose Khynnah that can come through workshop pi mata haba piya belan kadum pim dan idea dan innovate dan create antara kan la sai la melat pi even to then you can plan out the kata dari itu bro kata ni inang dan aku jintum at least in terms of new skills and innovative technologies the exposure ni perkat ba dakajing UI and getting a little bit of training can play lot to have more ideas. That is number one. No. Second part, sibo mata ni ay lot but they will develop the prototype. If it is a viable prototype, sibo ilaban day just across the room you the intellectual property right. They need help promote. Her next adjacent come around to the ISRO, we don't pre-given assist ban patent. If it's a viable patent, if it's a viable product, then ang tupan ni sa approach kini ki MSME industries. So katar ko lang tayo last year one na po Delhi na po MSME. We just need to call me. Tingla khat we have brainstorm ul abatay bahag mo the various supporting grants and the kini new entrepreneurs kiba kini startups na. Ibo na scheme. The hangtaro hangni it's a microcosm of different departments. Kiba yarap ya anybody can grow, can evolve, can develop and to be independent. It has to lead to something about the market and so that they can sustain themselves.
We are a startup from Shillong called Tiar. We are developing this space basically for all the creative people that are here. So over the course of especially this winter, what we're planning to do is we're planning to start this whole host of I wouldn't necessarily say workshops, it's more like a crash course. So we have very short, compact little programs where like over the course of like 3 days, someone can come and get the basics down for a whole host of like, let's say, creative pursuits. So we cover everything from 3D printing to laser cutting, sculpting, painting. Currently we have a workshop going on called Beyond Earth. So we are collaborating with ISRO for this. We have a resource person from there and they're taking a whole bunch of youngsters from Shillong through this entire course of how to design structures for outer space. So, I mean, that might seem a little way out there, but the most powerful thing about this would be that what the students here are learning is basically the concepts of how to think through problems. It's basically problem solving in like very, very vastly diverse situations. So, all in all, what we're trying to do here is promote creativity.
I think this is the first time you organize like this kind of workshop?
So this particular workshop, yes. So the DIC, it's pretty much it's a newborn baby as of right now. As you can see, we're still in the process of setting this up. Myself and my partner Aisha, we've been working on creativity and our startup Turbid. We've been operational for about 3 years now. So we've had workshops in schools and we've got a couple of maker spaces as well. So yeah, it's been a short journey, but I mean, it feels like we've learned so much in such a short amount of time. So over the course of these winters, the next 2-3 months, we have a couple of pretty, I'd say, innovative programs planned. So just to quickly run you through it, we have something that we're calling the Fresh Eyes Initiative. So the Fresh Eyes Initiative is a workshop that's based around materials instead of around a skill. Because normally you have like a workshop on painting or a workshop on woodworking, but this is a workshop on materials such as cardboard, materials such as plastic, PVC, things like that, and how you can repurpose this seemingly trash into something that could be artistic or useful. So that would be the Fresh Eyes Initiative. Immediately after that, we are having our resource person coming in from Pune, and he's going to take a workshop on creative coding. And the end product of the creative coding workshop is going to be great, because through the process of coding, they're going to be generating these really interesting shapes, really interesting objects. So it's art, but in the most technical sense of art. And after that, and throughout the longest program that we're having is what we're calling the Future Crafts Workshop.